Okay, Leo, I want you to imagine this. You're in a business meeting. Everyone knows there's a big problem. The company is losing money, but nobody says a word. Everybody just sits there, looking at their notebooks, sipping their coffee. What is that?
That's awkward. That's a really awkward situation.
It is. But in English, we have a very special way to describe it. We say there's an elephant in the room.
Heh, an elephant in a meeting room? Wait, you mean a real elephant?
No, not a real elephant. That's exactly what we're talking about today. Animal idioms. And here's the thing, most English learners hear these words like elephant, horse, cat, and they think about the actual animal. But in idioms, the animal is just a symbol. And if you take them literally, you're going to sound very confused.
I have definitely made that mistake before.
And that's why we're doing this episode. Because once you understand these three animal idioms, you will instantly sound more natural. You'll hear them in movies, in meetings, in conversations with friends, and you'll finally understand what people are actually saying.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me with the first one.
All right, let's go back to that meeting. The elephant in the room. This is probably the most famous animal idiom in English. It means a big, obvious problem that everyone knows about, but nobody wants to talk about.
So why elephant? Why not, a giraffe in the room or a bear?
Great question. Think about it. If there were an actual elephant standing in your living room, could you ignore it?
No way. It's huge. It would knock over the furniture. It's taking up the whole space.
Exactly. So when we say the elephant in the room, we mean a problem that is just as obvious and impossible to ignore, but everyone is pretending it doesn't exist. Let me give you a real example. Picture this. You're at a family dinner. Your uncle got divorced last month. You know it. Your mom knows it. Your cousin knows it, but nobody brings it up. What is that?
The elephant in the room is the divorce?
Exactly. Nobody's talking about it, but it's all anyone is thinking about. Here's another one. Imagine you and your friend are hanging out. They owe you $50. It's been 3 weeks. They haven't mentioned it once. The conversation is normal, but you're both thinking about that money. What's the elephant?
The $50 they owe me.
Perfect. Now try it in your own life, listener. Think about a situation where everyone knows something is wrong, but nobody says it. That's your elephant in the room. Leo, give me a sentence.
At our team meeting yesterday, the elephant in the room was that our project was way behind schedule. Nobody wanted to say it.
Perfectly natural. Used it exactly right. Now, here's the common mistake I see from learners, especially from Chinese speakers.
Oh, let me guess. They translate it literally?
100%. In Chinese, there is a phrase that means the elephant in the room, but it's used differently. Some learners will say in the room there is an elephant as a general expression for any problem, not specifically a problem that people are avoiding. In English, the elephant in the room always has that feeling of avoidance. If you're talking about a problem openly, it's not an elephant in the room. It's just a problem.
Ah, so the key is the silence, the avoidance.
Exactly. And for Arabic speakers, I notice a similar pattern. In Arabic, there is a beautiful phrase about a camel in the room that carries a similar idea, but English is specifically about the elephant, and the elephant is always big, always obvious, always being ignored. Okay, ready for idiom number 2?
Ready.
All right. Imagine you're watching a race, the Olympics. Everyone expects the famous runner from Jamaica to win. The cameras are on him, the reporters are following him. But then at the last second, this completely unknown runner from a small country crosses the finish line first. Nobody saw it coming. What do we call that runner?
A dark horse.
Yes, you already know this one.
I've heard it before, but I'm not sure I've ever used it myself. What does it actually mean? Is the horse actually dark?
No, the horse isn't dark in color. A dark horse is someone who surprises everyone by succeeding, especially when nobody expected them to. It can be a person, a team, a company, even a movie. Let me break it down. The phrase comes from horse racing. Back in the 1800s, there was a famous race where a horse named Dusky Pete won. But really, the term dark horse was about a horse that owners kept hidden. They kept it in the dark, so nobody knew how fast it was. Then on race day, it would suddenly win.
So it's about hiding your strength?
Exactly. And now we use it for people too. Let me give you 2 real-world examples. Example 1, the Academy Awards. Every year, there are big blockbusters that everyone expects to win, but sometimes a small independent film nobody's heard of wins Best Picture. What is that film?
The dark horse?
Exactly. Example 2. At work, there's a quiet guy in your office. He never talks about himself, but then he gets promoted to manager and everyone is shocked. What is he?
A dark horse?
You got it. And this one is interesting for learners because in many languages, including Korean and Japanese, there's a phrase that translates as black horse. Same meaning, different color. In English, it's always dark horse, not black horse. Dark horse.
Good to know. So if I say our team is the dark horse in this competition, that works?
That works perfectly. It means your team isn't the favorite, but you have a real chance of winning, and people will be surprised. Now, here's something I want you to notice. Both of these idioms, elephant in the room and dark horse, they use animals to describe invisible things. The elephant isn't real. The horse isn't dark in color. The animal is just a picture that helps us understand a complex idea.
That's actually really helpful. So when I hear an animal in an English expression, I should stop and think, this probably isn't about an animal.
Exactly. And that brings us to our third idiom. And this is my personal favorite.
I'm excited.
Have you ever had a secret, a really good secret, and then someone accidentally told it? Like your friend was planning a surprise birthday party for you, and someone else slipped and said, "Oh, are you excited for Saturday?" And suddenly the surprise was ruined.
That has happened to me. My wife once found out about her Christmas gift because the store called and said your order is ready, and she was like, "What order?"
No, that's the worst.
It was terrible. So this is where we say, let the cat out of the bag?
Bingo. To let the cat out of the bag means to reveal a secret, usually by accident. When the secret is out, when it's no longer a secret, the cat has been let out of the bag.
Okay, but I have to ask, what does a cat have to do with a secret? This one makes no sense to me.
It's a strange one, right? The origin is actually pretty funny. Hundreds of years ago, at markets in England, some dishonest sellers would put a cat in a bag instead of a piglet. They would try to sell you a bag with a cat inside, pretending it was a young pig.
Wait, really? That's terrible.
It was a scam. So if you opened the bag and the cat jumped out, if you let the cat out of the bag, the secret was revealed. The scam was exposed.
Okay, that is amazing. Now I'm never going to forget this idiom.
Good! Now let's use it. Imagine your friend Sarah is planning a promotion surprise for her husband. Only 3 people know about it. But then Sarah's sister accidentally tells the husband, "Hey, are you excited about your new job next month? The secret is out." What happened?
She let the cat out of the bag.
Perfect. One more. Your coworker is planning a secret office party for your boss's birthday, but someone sends the party invitation to everyone, by mistake, including the boss. What happened?
Someone let the cat out of the bag.
You're nailing these. Now here's the mistake I see from Spanish speakers. In Spanish, there's a phrase that's similar, derogado por leyes, which means to give a cat instead of a hare. It's about tricking someone. But in English, let the cat out of the bag is always about revealing a secret accidentally. It's not about tricking someone. If you mean to trick someone, you'd say sell a bill of goods or pull a fast one. 2 very different meanings.
So in English, the cat escaping is always accidental?
Almost always. Sometimes people say it when they reveal a secret on purpose, but the feeling is still that the secret was supposed to stay hidden. Natural. Everyday usage example. You and your friend are talking about a surprise party. Your friend says, "Sha, don't let the cat out of the bag." That means don't accidentally tell anyone.
Got it. Okay, let me practice all 3. Elephant in the room, the obvious problem nobody talks about. Dark horse, the unexpected winner. Let the cat out of the bag accidentally. Reveal a secret.
You're natural. Now I want to give you and our listeners a powerful tip. The best way to learn these idioms is to connect them to a real situation in your own life. Right now, in this moment, can you think of an elephant in the room in your life? A problem everyone knows about but nobody mentions.
I can. There's a project at work that's failing, and everyone knows it, But at our stand-up meetings, we just talk about the weather.
There it is. That's your elephant. And what about a dark horse? Someone in your life who surprised you?
My younger sister. She was always the quiet one. Everybody thought I would be the one to succeed. But she started a small online business, and now she makes more money than me.
She's your dark horse. And have you ever let the cat out of the bag?
I once told my mom about her surprise anniversary dinner because I asked her what time she wanted to eat that night. She got suspicious immediately.
You let the cat out of the bag. Now you have 3 personal stories connected to these idioms, and that means you will never forget them.
This is genuinely the most useful episode we've done. I feel like I can actually use these in conversation now.
That's the goal. And here's the thing, Leo, listeners, pay attention here. These 3 idioms will make you sound so much more natural because they're not just vocabulary words, they're emotional pictures. When you say there's an elephant in the room, people instantly understand the tension. When you say dark horse, people feel the surprise. When you say let the cat out of the bag, people imagine the secret escaping. That's the power of idioms.
So how can our listeners practice, besides connecting them to their own lives?
Great question. Here's a challenge I want to give everyone. This week, listen for these 3 idioms. Watch a TV show, listen to a podcast, talk to a native speaker. Every time you hear one of these, notice how it's used. What was the situation? Who said it? How did people react? Then try using just one of them in a real conversation. Start with the easiest one for you. Maybe it's dark horse. Use it when you're talking about a sports game or a competition.
I'm going to try to use all 3 before the end of the week.
That's ambitious. I love it. And if you mess up, that's fine. That's how you learn. I promise you, the first time you use elephant in the room correctly in a real conversation, you will feel such a sense of accomplishment.
Before we wrap up, let me try to use all 3 in a story. Ready?
Ready?
Okay. At my office, the elephant in the room is that our team is losing money. Everybody knows it, but nobody says it. Everyone thought our competitor would win the big contract, but our team worked really hard, and we ended up winning. We were the dark horse. And when I told my wife about the win, I accidentally mentioned the bonus we're getting. I completely let the cat out of the bag. She wasn't supposed to know yet.
You did it. All 3 in one story. That was beautiful.
It felt good.
And that is exactly how you master idioms. Use them, own them, make them yours. All right, let's recap today's takeaway. This is the one sentence I want you to remember. When you hear an animal in an English expression, pause. Ask yourself, is this really about an animal or is it an idiom? The answer will save you from confusion and make you sound instantly more natural.
Animal idioms, pictures, not literal animals. I'll remember that.
Perfect. If you enjoyed this episode and want to sound more like a native speaker, hit that subscribe button. We release new episodes every single day, and every episode is designed to fix one specific problem that learners face. We're making real English accessible, one idiom at a time.
Thanks for being here, everyone. Keep practicing. And remember, don't let the cat out of the bag about the elephant in the room watching the dark horse win.
I love it. That's your takeaway. Use it, share it, and we'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time.